well. Thank you so much for staying with us. And again, thank you to our sponsors so that we can bring you this show, the Anthony Petitti Organic Gardening Show, each and every week right here on the Light at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning through October. So we were talking about mosquitoes right before our break and the issues that they have and fleas and ticks. So we were talking about the mosquito beater being great to sprinkle around the patio and the decks in the granular form, in the spray form to spray into our shrubbery. But also we want to keep them off of us. And so if you're out in the garden working, in your flower beds, if you're still doing your weeding and your edging and your mulching, you want to make sure that you're keeping them off of you. So we do have some all-natural products at the store in different size bottles that you can spray on you. One is a lemongrass vanilla blend, and it is absolutely wonderful. We even have a little sample bottle so you can try it when you come into the store to smell it. Make sure that you like the way it is. But we have noticed people are repeating buying this, and it is a great product. And it comes, like I said, in different sizes. So there's a nice little small one that you can put in your bag and take places with you if you are going hiking or something like that. But it is a great product. Also, we carry the clips, and it's a little clip that you can put on your belt or your shoe or your hat that keeps the flying insects away from you, but also repels ticks and fleas. So a great product to have. I know some people even put it on the collar of their dog to add additional protection if their dog is out hiking with them, to repel those mosquitoes, ticks, fleas, all of that, to keep them away from their pet. So these are all great products to use, and we want to make sure that you are using them so that everyone is safe in your home and outside of your home while you're out there working and playing in this beautiful summer weather that we are having now. Well, we want to let you know about some of the sales that we have going on at the store. So we are into June. A lot of you have your gardens planted, but there are several of you that have not planted your gardens yet because of the weather that we have been having. But we are going to be running some sales. All of our veggie flats are on sale to all of our radio listeners for $13.99. Our regular price on all of our vegetable and flower flats are $16.99, and they are all organically grown, all of our vegetables, and we let you mix and match any way that you would like, but they are on sale for $13.99. We also have all of our summer flowering bulbs. Those are your dahlias and your a lot of those gladiolas and the irises and all of those very cool things like the elephant ears, calocasias, alocasias. All of those bulbs are 25% off also this weekend. So we want to let you know so you can take advantage of these special pricing. Also, don't forget that next weekend is Father's Day weekend, and we will be offering specials Father's Day weekend as well. So stay tuned. Next Saturday morning, you will be the first to know about the specials that we will be having on Father's Day weekend. Not only for dads getting a free gift when they come in, but for you purchasing gifts for dad. We're going to have those great sales for all of you. So make sure that you come in and take advantage of those sales. And we will continue sales throughout the whole month of June. Hopefully everybody gets all of their vegetable plants in. Well, if you have questions about your vegetable garden or your landscape or anything else having to do with the outdoors or healthy eating, please give us a call at 330-455-5997, or you can email me your questions at Cindy Petitti, that's CindyPetti @gmail.com. Or better yet, stop out at the store at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway, and bring us your questions. We do have one request. If you are bringing insects or a diseased leaf or branch from your tree, that you do keep it in a Ziploc baggie when you bring it in, or leave it in your car, and then we will come out and check it out for you in your car so that we don't travel the diseases, because that is one thing that people don't always realize is those diseases, they're covered in little spores, and that's how the disease spreads. And so you want to make sure that you're not doing that. And that is sort of the thing that brings us to our next topic, and that is how to stop diseases from spreading in our landscape and in our gardens. When you are trimming off diseased leaves, it doesn't matter if it's a tomato that has some powdery mildew, or it is a branch from a tree that is suffering with another type of a disease. It's really important for sanitation, and you want to make sure that you do sanitize your pruners when you're doing that. So in between each cut, and sometimes that seems a little excessive, but you want to make sure that you are dipping your pruners into a solution. I like hydrogen peroxide, and that will help you keep your pruners all clean. So we have had a couple other questions this week, and some others of you are still dealing with pruning questions. Remember that 6 to 8 week thing from the time a plant, if it's a flowering plant, if you can prune the flowers off or as much growth as you want so that you can maintain the size of the plant within 6 to 8 weeks from the time it is done flowering, or at least a max of the 8 weeks. Any time before that is going to be fine after the flower is spent and not desirable to look at. That's going to be the most ideal time to go ahead and do that pruning. Now, your evergreens, of course, you can prune those at any time, and that's not going to be an issue for you. The next question that we have is about planting. And a lot of people that was buying shrubbery actually last weekend had some questions about planting their shrubbery. And, they have some really bad drainage. And so they were wondering what they could do to help that drainage issue that they have been battling with. And if you are dealing with, an issue like that, you want to make sure that when you are planting that you might even just throw away all of that soil that was in the hole that you dug and put it in your compost pile. And then use new topsoil like the Hayseed Hank Super Soil that has all the amendments in it that you want, that you need, that the plant needs when you are doing that backfilling. So loosen up the soil. Make sure you would put some of the Hayseed Hank in the bottom of the plant of the hole, put the plant in, and then start backfilling. You want to always make sure that you are looking at the level of the plant and making sure that it is never below grade. You always want that plant to be above grade so that water sheds away from the crown of the plant or the trunk of the tree. You always want to make sure that the water is always shedding away from that so that you don't ever have puddling around the base of the plant. And that's going to be very, very rough on the plant, and it's also going to eventually kill it. So that is very important. And talking about, keeping everything away from the trunk, that brings us to our very last question today, and that was about mulching around our trees. And a gentleman was in, he purchased a tree this week, and he was wondering how high he could put the mulch up because he really didn't want weeds growing around the tree. And you want your mulch because the mulch is not as heavy as soil, so you can bring it up around the base of the tree a little higher than you would the soil where it is in the container, but you don't want it up real high. So about 2 to 3 inches and no more around a tree. And where you come up to shrubbery, you just want to make sure that you're always keeping your mulch below the bottom sets of branches coming out of your shrubbery. You never want those bottom branches to be inside of your mulch. So feather it in close to the plant. You want some to hold in moisture and to control weeds, of course, but you don't want that mulch up too high because you can choke out the tree. And sometimes you'll see people, they'll stack the mulch up a foot on their trees to make their tree rings real high, and that definitely will control weeds, but it also over time is going to suffocate your tree and is not good for it. So you want to make sure that you're not piling that mulch too high up around the base of the tree. Mulch is a very important thing for our beds, and I do recommend mulching, but you always want to make sure that it's not too high around the base of the plant. You don't want to cause that plant not to be able to breathe. And so the mulch away from it is going to be better. And also a hardwood mulch a lot of times can be a little rough on your annuals. So we would recommend that the mulch that you're using around your annuals, or even some tender perennials that have very soft stems that can't really hold up to sometimes that rough hardwood mulch, is to use your Bull Country compost. It's much more finely ground, and it also will nourish them at the same time. So you can sprinkle that around your annuals and your perennials, and it will do so much better for you. So we are just about out of time, and we wanted to make sure that we thank all of our sponsors again for supporting us so that we can bring you the show each and every week. Next week, we should have a guest on our show with us, so we're very excited about that. So stay tuned. Everything will be new, and we'll be talking about some new things, not just gardening, next week. So make sure that you stay tuned with us next Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on the Light 95.9. Thanks so much for getting up early and being with us. We do have those specials going on this weekend, so make sure that you come out and take advantage of all of our flats on sale for all of our radio listeners at $13.99, and also all of our flower blooming bulbs are on sale at 25% off. So make sure you stop in this weekend. We are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Sundays from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Stay tuned to us for next week. We will be right back here with you at 8 a.m. early. Thank you so much, and have a blessed week.